Oops. Hi. I'm not dressed very well. All right. People are still coming in. Welcome. And I would love to hear your questions. I have this webinar, doing this webinar style because I can record it and then I can easily send the recording out to everybody. So that's why I'm doing this webinar style. So we have about 15 people on here. So yeah, give me your questions. I can make people panelists, and this is just going to be super, super casual. Some of you might have been just on my webinar that I just did, my Giving Tuesday webinar, Giving Tuesday Now webinar. But I'm happy to answer any questions. So let me go see the registration list and see what you asked me. Let's see, and let's see how many people that we have. I'd love to hear from you. Where are you? Where are you working? Make sure that you click on all panelists and attendees when you are typing. When you're typing into the chat, click on all panelists and attendees so that everyone can see you. Okay, Karen starts right off with the question about GoFundMe. Let me see. I want to look at the questions that you asked. And if I can't find them, let me just ask them again. There aren't that many people on this. And like I said, it's limited to 30 people. So make sure you're asking me your top questions. Oh, great. Chicago, Pittsburgh. Awesome. Foster Love Project. I love it. All right. So we're going to start out. Karen says, what are the best crowdfunding sites for nonprofits? Is GoFundMe the best option? Well, I mean, there's a lot of crowdfunding sites for nonprofits. I happen to really like GoFundMe Charity only because I really liked CrowdRise. Do you remember CrowdRise when that was a crowdfunding campaign? So CrowdRise was probably my favorite crowdfunding campaign, and then they were acquired by GoFundMe, and now they are GoFundMe Charity. And the reason why I like GoFundMe Charity, I'm trying to get to the website. Oh, I'm going to share my screen. The reason I like them is because you can get started pretty immediately and there's not a high barrier to entry. And the way you can customize behind the scenes your campaign, and you can also customize like the emails that go out to your donors. You can customize the emails that go out to the people that fundraise for you. You can customize your branding and your video and your photos and your text. I mean, you can customize your entire your entire campaign and the way it looks and the way it sounds and what people see when they come into it. So that's really why I personally like it. And also because the pricing is really competitive. So I want to look at the pricing. There's no subscription fees and it's only 1.9%. So you only have to pay processing fees. So on the regular GoFundMe, if you're not affiliated with a nonprofit, if you're not affiliated with a charity or 501c3, and like Kickstarter and, a lot of those other sites, Indiegogo, they have like 5% fees and they take a huge chunk and you have to have a subscription fee. So personally, I mean, I like that about GoFundMe Charity specifically. You do have to be a 501c3 nonprofit. So you have to claim your charity and get started for free. And then, you don't have to ever run a campaign on their platform, but that's kind of really the one that I like. Indiegogo has another one. Let's see, Indiegogo, what is it? Generosity, I think it might be called. This might be another good option. I don't know as much about Indiegogo. And then of course there's like Classy, Firespring, there's Rallybound, there's just a ton of them. But I personally, there's CauseVox, if you've heard of CauseVox. But for me, I personally just like GoFundMe Charity. Okay. Awesome. I love it. I'm so excited to have you all here. Illinois, Colorado, Massachusetts. Okay. Okay. Rachel asks, if another organization wants to create a Giving Tuesday Now campaign for us, is this okay if we already created one? I think so. I mean, really, you can have as many as you want. So with Giving Tuesday Now, if we're going to pivot over to that, really, you just want to go to Giving Tuesday Now, now.givingtuesday.org, and click join. And really what join does, I mean, it just makes you part of the community. You sign up for their email list, you get their daily generosity alerts, and you get added to their map, their generosity map. So you might want that just for purposes of being added on the map, which I think is really pretty cool. And then if they are, this is also important though, if the Giving Tuesday people, like the employees, are contacted by a news organization in your area, they will look at who's registered with them. And registration doesn't cost anything. It's just basically you giving your name and organization and email and telling them what you're doing. But if they get, say like I'm in, Wenham, Massachusetts, if they get contacted by a news organization or news outlet that wants to interview a charity where I live, they're going to go with one that they've already registered, right? They're not going to go and look for one. So it's good for you because you're probably going to get added media exposure, maybe. I mean, it's not to say that will happen, but if it did happen, you definitely want to be prepared. But I think that as many campaigns as you want could run. I love the idea of another organization creating a campaign for you, because I think when we are just constantly beating our own drum, it can get a little tiresome. So I love that idea. Oh yeah, John, did you want us to provide a link to our crowdfunding campaign? Sure. I will take a look. If you want us all to look at it, John, because I'm going to pull it up on the computer and do a little diagnostic. I would love to do that. How do you add your content in the thank you emails? I don't see the box. So you go into, okay, let me see. I created a toolkit for GoFundMe Charity. So I will show you. You go into the back end. Let me see. Telling your story. It's on campaign updates. I have to look for it. There's a section called campaign updates in your GoFundMe, your charity GoFundMe. Yeah, campaign updates. And that is where you can create the thank you message. You can edit the donation receipt, and then you can actually update people. So if people have donated to you, if people have, if people have donated to you, if people have started fundraisers, you can send them specific updates. So you don't have to go into your database and try to pick and choose and figure out, who has started a fundraiser for us. Are there laws that we need to know, given that GoFundMe may cross several states? No, because you just register with GoFundMe, and no, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. With all of these sites, they've taken care of all of that. Like they're registered in every state. Like they've got their ducks in a row in every single state. So I wouldn't worry about that, because most of these campaigns are international. They get a lot of funding from not even just one area. So I definitely would not worry about that. Okay, here's the link from John. We'll take a look at it. Okay. So Lorraine says, I'm going to put this in so everyone can see it. I need Facebook help. So confused with why I can't set up, I'm assuming a Facebook page. Switch gears to ask ambassadors create their own for us. Was going to anyway, but now that might be the only option. I don't know do you mean fundraiser? Or do you mean Facebook page? So I just need a little bit of clarification on that. What is a fundraising FR? I don't know what a fundraising FR is. You mean fundraising, a Facebook fundraiser? You have to go to socialgood.fb.com in order to register for Facebook fundraising. So you have to go here, sign up for charitable giving tools, and then you have to walk through the, let me see, you have to walk through the steps that they provide for you. So yes, other people can set it up for you, but if you're not registered officially with Facebook, your donations are going to go through Network for Good, and they're going to take a lot longer to get. So you do want to make sure that you're set up with Facebook giving tools, because I wanted to see the Foster Love Project. Yeah, you're not set up because you don't have fundraisers as, well, you have Create Fundraiser. I should be able to create a fundraiser for you. Yeah, so I should be able to do it. So I'm not sure why you can't do it. It looks like you are set up with them. So I would just go to create a fundraiser and start a fundraiser. Or when you create a post, you can add a donate button to your post. If you do not see add a donate button, make sure you're signed in as the administrator. And if you don't see the donate button, then I would go back and check to make sure you are registered with Facebook charitable giving tools. Okay. Oh man, there's a lot of questions. I want to go through John's page. Okay. Now I'm going to be really harsh here. I'm not going to be harsh, but I'm going to be pretty real. First of all, I feel a little attacked already. Like this, it seems kind of stressful. The font, like the black on white, and also I'm not understanding, do I feel like I'm really prepared? I don't, so I feel like I need to read more. And what you don't want people to do is have to really read. You have to say, you have to tell me like exactly what you want me to do. I still don't know what you want me to do. Support us, receive version 1 as a gift. A little about me, support us. I just don't know. So to me, a great fundraising page is not ever about you and your organization. It's about me. So if I want to create a meaningful life, and if I care about this problem, I care about this cause, I want to feel good about donating to this cause, but I don't want to do it because I'm scared. Like, I don't want to do it because I feel terrified that if I don't do it, something bad's going to happen. I want to feel good, and I want to feel inspired, and I want to feel motivated. So is this a crowdfunding? This is crowdfunding for an app. So what I'm trying to figure out is what's the benefit to me if I download the app? And to me, what would be really helpful is a person talking and saying, wow, I was feeling XYZ, and then I downloaded this app and now I feel a certain way. So helping me feel the way that you want me to feel. And also just remember, no one is going to read. No one's going to read. You need to absolutely tell people in the headline, in the first second of the video, what's the benefit and the incentive, and then, what's going to happen when I do contribute to this campaign. Yeah, I'm not sure. And I don't know where this is through. So I'd be interested to know, is this through like some kind of landing page? Is this through like lead pages? Because this doesn't look like any crowdfunding. Oh, this is through Squarespace. Okay. So I would actually build this probably on Kickstarter, because it would look a little bit more cohesive. And then I can't see who's donated. So like, in a traditional, in a traditional crowdfunding campaign, what it looks like. It looks like I can see how much has been donated. I can see how much has been raised. I can see very quickly in kind of a snapshot who has donated, the story, the team. So this is the benefit of using this kind of traditional crowdfunding website, because it looks familiar. It's very easy to share. It's very easy to update. And it gives you like a little snapshot of the page. Oh, Fundly is a site that uses Stripe, could be an option. Okay, awesome. Let's see. Okay, I already answered that. All right, let's see. I work for Rock Solid Foundation in Chesapeake, Virginia. We build play sets for kids fighting cancer. We're starting to empower the community to raise the funds and build the play sets themselves, rather than sending our teams to facilitate the projects. We thought GoFundMe Charity would be a good option for them to fundraise. Where would we direct individuals to set up their campaigns? If they set it up through GoFundMe, will we be able to see and track the campaigns and progress? Yes, and yes, and yes, and yes to all of that. So if you're looking at like the laptop lip sync, okay, or any other campaign, you have the ability to create these buttons: donate, join, and share. So what we usually recommend doing, and I have this toolkit where I walk you through how to change the buttons. And you know, it's like 10,000 different pages long because it walks you step by step through how to create your campaign. But when you're creating your campaign, you can ask people to start a fundraiser, or you can say join the team, or you can say raise money for us, or whatever you want the button to say. So donate is going to be, if I'm just a donor and I come here and I say, I want to give $100, I'm going to click the donate. And this is what it's going to look like. Donation amount. I might want to sponsor a particular team member, and that's fine. Or I might just want to make a donation. If I want to set up a fundraiser, like you're saying, set up my own campaign where I'm raising money, I'm asking my friends and family to raise money, to give money, and I'm setting up my own campaign, kind of like a walk team or a run team, then I click join. And that is going to help me. I'm going to sign up and sign in, and then it will walk me through creating my team page. So I'll give my team a name. I will, select a goal, and I will fill it in with my story and my photo. And then it will give me the opportunity to send it out to other people. So it will give me the opportunity to share it with my friends and family. And you can absolutely, on the back end, let me see, you can track who has raised money for you. And that's going to be in your dashboard, and how much money they've raised. You can send them little notes of inspiration, little notes of motivation and encouragement, excitement. You can actually communicate with them one-on-one. You can go in and thank the donors in their campaign if you want, or let them thank their own donors. But you get all of that information from the back end. So I think that's really cool, empowering the community to raise funds and build play sets themselves. So what your landing page would be, your landing page would be telling people exactly what you're raising money for, and then inspiring them to create their own page. So Lorraine says, I signed up for Mobile Cause. I mean, I love the people at Mobile Cause. I've met them. I've never used Mobile Cause, but I'm sure that it's an awesome platform. I do know that it has text to give functionality, so I think that that's pretty cool. But I guess it all depends on what you're trying to use it for. But Mobile Cause is, I haven't used it. I don't know if anyone else has used Mobile Cause. The other thing you can do, like if you see here, you can completely customize your account. I'm sure on Mobile Cause you can do that too. But you can customize your page. So you can completely brand it. You can actually create a page for an event. So if you're having a gala, or if you're transitioning your spring fundraising event to virtual, you can set up a page through GoFundMe Charity where people can purchase, tickets, quote unquote, and they can start fundraisers and they can buy tables, all that kind of stuff. Okay, let's see. All right, I don't see any more questions. You guys are not very talkative today. In the toolkit, which I will send to you, let me put when I send you the recap here, I will send you this toolkit that I created, and I have a bit.ly link for it. What is it? GoFundMe toolkit. And what this is going to show you is just going to walk you through, I do the Giving Tuesday campaign as an example, Giving Tuesday Now. You don't have to set up a campaign for Giving Tuesday Now, but what GoFundMe is trying to promote, they're trying to promote their $1,000 match. So if you do use GoFundMe Charity, I recommend setting it up right now and trying to get that $1,000 match. And it's going to go through May 5th. So people that raise money right now through this platform, you have to have 10 or more donations that come in online to the specific campaign. That could be either donors, or that could be people fundraising for you. That could be fundraising teams. That could be really any donor that you want. And then GoFundMe is going to pay out $1,000 to charities that do that, which I think is really cool. Oh, such a good question. Karen says, what's too much to ask for on a GoFundMe? Well, I think that with any campaign that you launch, you can't launch from zero. I think ideally you should have about 10% in the bank so that it doesn't look like you're starting from zero when you're starting your campaign. So if you feel like you have a very engaged community of people and you've raised money online before and you're not starting from scratch, this is not your first time in the rodeo, you can ask for a bigger amount. But if this is your very first time fundraising, or you've never asked your community to give online before, or you've never done a project like this before, maybe you're a brand new charity, if you don't have an audience, then a smaller goal is probably better. So there's really the amount you should ask for is the amount you need. That's what I always say. The amount you ask for is the amount that you need. Like, how much do you need to accomplish this project? And what works best on GoFundMe is to have a specific goal with a specific project. So right now, I do see the trend being, and I have seen this, I'll show you an example. Nonprofit relief funds. Where are the nonprofit relief funds? A lot of organizations are raising money to support employee relief, which I think is really great and very commendable, because clearly we need that right now. But they are asking for specific amounts for specific things. So a lot of theaters, I've seen a lot of museums, a lot of arts and culture organizations, but and I've actually seen associations raising money for bartenders and for waitresses and for wait staff and things like that, because these industries are hugely hard hit by COVID-19. But I love this. Our goal is to raise $50,000. This is exactly what we're going to use it for. It's going to go towards this fund that is going to go, towards XYZ. Thanks to you, we hit the goal. We earned our matching donation. Talk a little bit about the impact. Where's the PAPS Theater Group one? This one's great. So you do want to pick a goal that you feel like you can hit, and then you can always increase it. So say you hit your goal immediately, you can always increase your goal. But what you don't want is to set a goal for $10 million and then raise 100. I mean, that doesn't look good to you. And then everyone kind of thinks that they failed, and that's kind of demoralizing. So as you can see here, this is the story. We need you to do XYZ. This is who we're raising money for. 100% of the proceeds are going to go here. I just really like campaigns that go that far and say exactly like, this is the amount of money that we need, and this is what we're trying to do with it. And this is what's going to happen if we don't raise the money. And this is what's going to happen if we do raise the money. So, and then you can put updates on your page, you know, reminder, thank you. This is exactly what happened. So that's what I think. But if you go to this website, you can get lots of examples. Emergency funds, Up With People emergency fund. I mean, there's small ones, there's big ones. And just think about it, emergency funds, that's not very specific, but still it's telling me exactly what the goal is, exactly what's going to be done with it. You know, we want to provide emergency preventative resources for those at financial risk. This is, you know, I do recommend also putting a video if you can, even if it's just you and your phone or you and your desktop cam talking about why now and why this. And that's, I think, the most important thing you need to convey with your crowdfunding campaign. Why this and why now? When especially there is so much competition out there. That's not to say your mission isn't valid. Your mission is 100% valid. Doesn't matter what you do. If you need support right now, that's valid. It's just to say, I'm your donor. I'm interested. Maybe I'm on your email list. Maybe I've donated before. Maybe I've raised my hand to participate in some way. Who are you and why do you need this? And, you know, what is it going to do? And who is it going to help? What's it going to go, you know, kind of what it's going to go toward. So that's pretty cool. Oh, I've got so many tabs open. Yeah. So that's generosity. I could show you. I know someone here said they use Classy. Classy's fine. I really like Classy. You can, you know, all of them start for free. They're all pretty much powered the same way. The thing with GoFundMe is it just has a lot of media contacts. People are really familiar with it. People trust it. People understand it. There's also CauseVox, which I've worked with before. These people are pretty cool. So really it's just and all the fees are pretty similar. GoFundMe has the cheapest fees that I've seen, but all of these setups are pretty similar. They're going to have the thermometer. They're going to have the list of donors. They're going to have the social share buttons, the story, the ability to add your video, the ability to add your photo, all that kind of stuff. So it's really just taking a look at what you want and how you want to do it. And then the other most important piece that I go through in the toolkit is the promotion and spreading the word. So of course, setting up your campaign is probably like 1/10 of the battle. It's getting your campaign all set up with the story, with your photos, with your videos, and then it's spreading the word, going multi-channel, talking about it on social media, customizing the communications, who you're talking to, staying in constant communication with your fundraisers and with your donors. Oh yeah, the statement for the 1K match, says Karen, is that a commitment from GoFundMe Charity? Yes. So where are the frequently asked questions? There's so many questions about this. So it goes through, how will I get my money? Yeah, it goes into your bank account right away. Enable under WePay, eligible kind of charities, tax IDs, and, you know, can your charity, if we already have a campaign, if you're already connected, this is how you can do it. So I would take some time, if you already are on GoFundMe, to look through the frequently asked questions. And it is through, GoFundMe.org, the charitable and advocacy arm of GoFundMe Charity. So they're committed to a max of $300,000, which they haven't even scratched the surface of yet, from what I understand. But that's definitely going to become more scarce as it gets closer to Giving Tuesday now, because they did this to encourage organizations to start campaigns for Giving Tuesday now, which is May 5th. But what I want to say to you is, even if you start right now, the money will still count. So it doesn't have to just be raised on May 5th. It doesn't have to just be raised on Giving Tuesday. It can be raised anytime starting right now. So if you're interested, if you think this is something you could work with, this is something that you could help, that could help you, I would check it out. I would start a campaign. Doesn't cost anything to start it. And if you decide that you'd rather use another platform, then that's absolutely fine too. So, okay. Well, I will be doing these office hours 3 more times. And if there's just like a huge demand for them, then we'll probably start doing them more. And I'm definitely going to start doing more webinars. I don't know if any of you have been on any of my free webinars that I'm doing around not GoFundMe, but around Giving Tuesday now and nonprofit employee relief funds. I'm happy to send you that, and happy to send you the toolkit. And I'm sure that we'll come in communication again. And I don't know if you have my email. I'll give you my email. So if you, Julia at jcsocialmarketing.com. If you have any questions, you want to reach out, even if you have a more technical question, I could hook you up with someone at GoFundMe Charity, and they can walk you through the site and give you a demo and do all of that with you. They'd be happy to do that. More than happy to do that. So I want to wish you just the best day possible. And I really hope to see you on a webinar or somewhere else in this crazy virtual world that we're living in. All right. Thank you. Take care. Have a great Friday.